Our next guest is set to take over as head of the House Oversight Committee in the new year, and he is pledging to launch an investigation into big tech censorship. One of many probes House Republicans have teased is coming up when they take over control of the House. Let's bring in Kentucky Republican Congressman James Comer. Congressman, great to have you here today. It's been a while since we caught up, a lot of changes in your life, and that means big changes for the House of Representatives. So when it comes to Twitter, what should we expect in the new year as far as investigations you plan to launch?
Well, for me, and being chairman of the House Oversight Committee, we're very interested in what the government's role was in banning conservative stories. We're very interested in what the government's role was in banning the Hunter Biden laptop story. So you're going to see a lot of investigation with respect to that. We've already invited the 3 employees that were implicated in Musk's first Twitter dump to come before Congress to talk to us. We'll interview them. But if they don't come before January, if they don't agree to come before January 3rd, then they should expect to get a subpoena. We're very serious about this. We're very concerned about this. You know, from a Biden family influence peddling perspective, the question I have is, why was Joe Biden so interested in banning this story? Why did the FBI seem so interested in this story? And I think that's going to answer a lot of questions we have moving forward as to whether or not this administration truly is compromised or not.
Congressman, this was Twitter's founder, Jack Dorsey, back in 2018. Flashback to Rep. Mike Doyle pressing him on whether Twitter was indeed shadow banning conservatives. Here's the exchange.
Are you censoring people?
No.
Twitter shadow banning prominent Republicans. Bad. Is that true?
No.
He said that then. What does that mean for him now with you in control of oversight?
Well, that's a problem, because it appears that he was being dishonest to Congress, and lying to Congress is a very bad thing, as you know. So what I believe he will have is an opportunity to come before Congress and set the record straight. One thing I will say in his defense is it appears that Musk, in the first Twitter dump, made reference that Dorsey didn't know everything that was going on, that these other 3 individuals whom we already have requested their presence in front of Congress, that they may have been acting unilaterally. Now, this second dump comes closer to implicating Dorsey. So he's going to have an opportunity to come before Congress. Big tech was always going to be a big priority for a Republican majority, even before the Twitter dumps. Elon Musk is doing a great service to the American people and really helping out Republicans in our quest to get to the truth with respect to big tech censorship.
All right. Well, the Washington Post ran this headline on you just this morning, sir. Meet the congressman planning House Republicans' Hunter Biden investigation. You sat down with them for a pretty lengthy interview. You talked about the 40 to 50 different investigations you plan to launch as the chairman of House Oversight in the new year. One of them, obviously, is the Hunter Biden investigation. I'll ask you about that while pointing out there seems to be a growing number of members of your own party who are warning they don't really want to prioritize this in the new year. This was New Hampshire Republican Governor Chris Sununu in a podcast. Listen.
I want the next generation of Republicans to know that what they see today with the partisanship and the anger and all that kind of stuff, we want them to be excited about being on our team and what we offer and what we deliver. We're not a party that is defined by Hunter Biden's laptop, right? Which I think should be investigated, of course, but that's not at our core.
So knowing there is some opposition within your party to go this route, what are your plans to investigate Hunter Biden in the new year?
Well, our investigation is actually of Joe Biden. We're just using Hunter Biden's laptop as a significant portion of our evidence. Now, the reason we're investigating Joe Biden is we fear that this administration's compromised because of the millions of dollars that Hunter Biden and Jim Biden have received from Russia and China. And you look at just what happened yesterday, this bizarre prisoner swap that clearly was in the benefit of Russia is another example of why we need to investigate to see if, in fact, this administration is compromised. So we're never going to have 100% support. And, there's always a Sununu or a Romney pouring cold water on good things Republicans are doing. But I will close with this. We're going to be doing a lot of things. We're going to be focused on the border. We're going to be focused on reducing spending, which is our plan to reduce inflation. And we've got a lot of other quality pieces of our legislative agenda. Oversight and accountability will be one major part of that. That was in the commitment to America, and we're not going to let up on that.
Congressman Comer, we appreciate you joining us today, sir. Thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.